What amazing, beautiful energy we have surrounding us this weekend, people. Oh my gosh. It's like the symphony of connection, intuition, liberation, a sense of freedom. Oh, it's just so much more than that, though. Okay, we're surrounded by multiple harmonious energies, okay, and they're all coming at us from different angles. And perhaps it's to allow us to see the possibilities of our best life ever. There's this unexpected spark in how we approach love, how we approach pleasure, and we're encouraged. We're encouraged to break free from routine, to embrace spontaneity, and lean into what excites us. So when we are open to new experiences or unconventional ideas, that might be the thing that opens the door to joy, to connection, to opportunities that we have never even considered. Okay, it's an invitation to act on our passions, to explore new possibilities, to communicate from a place of authenticity and creativity. So whether it's expressing love or dreaming big, finding fresh ways to enjoy life, we can witness the beauty of letting intuition and curiosity guide the way for us. So it's a time to explore, connect, and revel in the magic of the present. So join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will gain an understanding in how to embrace this energy. And by the end of our time together, my hope is that you have now the insight, the tools to go forward with the confidence, with the clarity, with love. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. I send it right back to you. You guys rock. Welcome to your weekend focus, January the 25th and the 26th, 2025. So Saturday, we have the energy of the 25. Now, the 25 is success after great difficulty. And we have collectively been going through a period of difficulty. Just maybe feeling restless and not really knowing for sure what's around the corner kind of energy. And or there could have been layers upon layers of that for you in your life. So know that you haven't gone through that for nothing, that there are successes that lay in wait for you. Okay, so if you've just experienced some hardships, know that you are in a period of success from those hardships. It may not come on the same route, but it will show up in your life. If you're just starting to go through a hard patch, then know that, this too will pass. The successes of making it through, of leaning into the challenges actually will strengthen us into a better version of ourselves. 2 plus 5 is a 7 energy, and the 7 energy is all about creating harmony, beauty, love in our environments, in our relationships, to bring in balance. And if we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 1 plus a 7 plus a 9, and that is a 17. And the 17 energy is all about making the impossible possible. So if you walked into this weekend thinking something really couldn't be in your life, and you had a list of reasons even of why, you see the possibilities as you walk into Monday. You see where the limitations or the anxieties or the fear or the self-doubt kept you back from actually taking that step forward. Okay, we have a lot of beautiful energy to lift ourselves up, to raise ourselves up, to be more aware of the unique, wonderful person we are. So the 17 brings in a renewed sense of hope, belief, determination. 1 plus 7 is an 8, and the 8 energy is all about creating, expanding our prosperity, our stature. On Sunday, we have the energy of the 26. Now, the 26 energy is about what we decide to start to build underneath the 26 energy. Okay, so long as we are willing to be consistent, to be doing it for the right reasons, our motivations are right, our consistency is there, that we will grow great abundance through those things. great prosperity through those things as well, because 2 plus 6 is an 8. Now, we already went through the 8. We got to the 8 both ways, right? We got to the 8 by the 17 energy and the 26 energy. And that's why I always like to, some people just go, oh, it's an 8 energy day today, so this is what's happening. But it tells us so much more. Like, now we know that 8 energy is electrified throughout our weekend in different ways, in different manners, coming at us to allow us, to empower us, to expand our prosperity in life, to grow our prosperity in life. This might be a weekend where you can invent a new money stream, or a new money stream, or a new business venture, or how you're going to propose to the boss that it's time they bellied up to the bar and gave you that raise that you've worked for years, whatever it might be, right? Now, if we look at the daily number numerology for Sunday, it would be a 1 plus 8 plus a 9, which gives us an 18 energy, and that is about us centering ourselves, us going forward with a balance, being authentic, being true to ourselves. Okay, to not try and create the joy and happiness in other people's worlds if we're not doing it for ourselves first. Okay? Of not being the martyr, of not giving away your power, your energy, your time, your resources, and not having that flow back. Okay? It's very much about feeling the balance and the centeredness and approaching things with a win-win situation in mind. That everybody grows through the experience. And that you are being true to your values, your morals, your goals, your dreams, your desires. Being true to you. 1 plus 8 is a 9 energy, and the 9 energy is about completions and endings. It's about healing. Under a 9 energy, we are preparing the way for the 10 energy to appear. 1 plus 0 is a 1, so the new beginnings, the new starts. So we are having closure in our life, completion in our life, healing in our life for the specific reason of we want something better and beautiful to come into our world. And it can't really truly come into our world until we leave some things behind that closed door or in our rear view mirrors. Sun is in Aquarius. Moon is in Sagittarius until Sunday morning, okay, around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then it'll move into Capricorn. So more than likely, Saturday may be filled with the things we want to learn and the places we want to go and the opportunities that we want to seek. And on Sunday, then, we may start to think of how to invite in a new path to step into. We go in search of the plan. The strategies that are needed to make that dream possible. We talked on Friday about Venus trine Mars, which is exact on Saturday, but the energy stays with us throughout the weekend. And just to recap quickly, it's a wonderful time to focus on projects, relationships, goals that require passion and finesse. Okay, we can channel this energy into creative pursuits, meaningful conversations, or really any activity that just brings in joy and connection into our world. Okay, so I'll leave the link for Venus trine Mars at the end of the video if you want to refresh your memory or if you missed it for any reason. It's a little bit more in depth than the daily version, the daily focus version, or your horoscope version. I call it the daily focus, but apparently the SEO doesn't catch daily focus as a horoscope. So this weekend marks the final days of Mercury in Capricorn. So the way we talk, the way we envision, the way we voice ourselves, the way we communicate will be changing, but we can talk about that on Monday. This weekend we do have Mercury sextile Neptune as well as Venus sextile Uranus. So Mercury sextile Neptune, it brings together the intellect and the dreamer within us. It really does. It bridges logic with our intuition, and it offers us moments where answers seem to flow from somewhere deeper. You ever had somebody ask you a question and you answered them and you went, wow, like I didn't even know I knew that. That sounded good. Like, it's just that sage wisdom comes from within. And yeah, so look for that to be in your life. Great energy to write, to paint, or just imagine new things you want to invite into your life under this energy. Absolutely. We may have the want, the urge, the desire to shake things up in our life. Okay, so this is an energy that kind of, urges us to add a spark of excitement or a little bit of adventure in our life, to embrace experimentation, to take a risk. It's time to get out and meet new people, attend gatherings, connect with groups that, can inspire us to see the world through a fresh lens. Like, look for something that makes you a little uncomfortable because you know very little about it or next to nothing about it, but you want to know more. You want to hear that voice and what it has to tell you. We have also Venus, Sextile, and Uranus, and that that tells us to loosen our grip a little bit on our expectations, to open up to the magic of spontaneity. A relationship could take a very positive but unexpected turn. We could meet someone who introduces us to a new way of thinking. That I was in a workshop with 20 or 30 people, and of course there's downtime, so I was talking to this one guy, and a topic came up that I had experienced personally, so I talked about my story. And he says, that's amazing. He says, have you ever thought about a career around that one part of your life? Because you could do that. I mean, there is just so much there that you walk through and that you learn through the experience. And I had never even looked at it that way before. So having those conversations with people gives us a new perspective, a new lens on which to view our talents, our abilities, who we are. Okay, maybe it's about breaking free from, the habits that feel stale. We still do the habit, but why do we do the habit? Because it doesn't give us that joy or that spark or that passion or that motivation at once dead. Yet we hang on to it. It's about rediscovering the joy of taking risks, okay? In love, in our creativity, or simply in how we approach our day. And it's time to celebrate the unique, the unconventional. What makes you different? What makes others stand out? That suddenly becomes the most fascinating part of the story here. There's a beauty in embracing who we are and allowing in change, excitement in trying something new. And there's this deep satisfaction when we allow ourselves to follow where curiosity leads us. So this weekend, oh my gosh, we got Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Mars, Neptune. They're all having this creative brainstorming session on our behalf, weaving their unique gifts together in a tapestry of possibility and magic. We know that because we have the 17 energy with us this weekend. We know that because of this beautiful energy that is surrounding us. We have the clarity of thought, the intuitive insight that Mercury and Neptune brings in. We have, conversations seem to carry a deeper meaning. Ideas flow with this uncanny ease. And then we pair it with the playful spontaneity and the charm of Venus and Uranus, which invites us to embrace the unexpected. And let's not forget in the mix what we talked about on Friday, that bold, passionate energy of Venus and Mars, which fuels our creativity, our courage, our confidence. And all of this creates a weekend with great potential for us, a time to dream, a time to connect, a time to act with purpose. So we may feel inspired to take some bold steps towards our goals, or we have that serendipitous encounter that opens the doors we didn't even know existed. Our relationships will feel alive with possibility. or we could be rekindling passion, or forming new connections, or simply delighting in the magic of the moment. It's a weekend to trust the whispers of our intuition, to follow the spark of our curiosity. Allow the universe to meet us halfway in our dreams, our goals, our missions forward. Okay, let's go to the cards. Milo is so restless lately. So we have at the end of the property there's a creek, and then it's kind of wooded and long grasses and marsh on the other side of the creek. And that's where we get a lot of coyotes and wolves and things like that. But the creek separates us, unless it's as cold as it has been. It's been like minus 20 for like 2 weeks now or something crazy. It feels like a month, so it has to be at least 2 weeks. And so I fear for them going out when he's that restless, because I think he can sense maybe there's a wolf or a coyote, and neither of my dogs would win the fight. Milo's got, he's big, but and they play fight together, but they're no match for a wild animal. Anyways, okay, let's get back to the cards. So when he's restless, I think that something's out there. We have the strength card for the weekend. This is a time to, I would think, step into our strength, step into our courage, to step into our authenticity, to experiment with being who we truly want to be, to do the things we truly want to do. And that doesn't mean that we just go off on a lark, but, our obligations, our commitments to each other. I mean, those are vitally important under this kind of energy. We have to meet our obligations. We have to meet our commitments. We have to be, our word must be our honor. We say we're going to do it, we do it. It's not late, it's early. It's not as I promised, but better than. It's about delivering. It's about following through. If you're a golfer, if you don't follow through, the ball goes nowhere. Got to follow through. You got to make that commitment of hitting the ball, right? So the plan, right? You get back there, you make that commitment to hit the ball, but you have to follow all the way through. And this is kind of where we need to step up and do that in our lives, and make sure that we don't have obligations and commitments that don't necessarily move us forward in any direction, don't have value. It could be the stale kind of habit in our life. But we do that because, we always did it and nobody else is really doing it. We'll ask somebody else to do it and free up that time for something else or for you. This is about doing things with compassion and empathy with each other, and communicating in those ways and working together in those ways. Okay, we don't want to dominate. We don't want to control through fear, threat, consequences. We want to work together in a harmony, in a love, in a trusting, unconditional love. Wheel of Fortune. I told you that this year would be the year when we don't need the minor arcana even in the deck, because we're rarely going to use it. Oh my goodness. Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10 energy. Now, I mentioned the 10 energy. It's not a 10 energy, but we are preparing for this energy. Absolutely. And since it's in the first place, I think it's already destined to be here. We feel the shift. We feel the shift in energy of moving forward, of the wheel is always turning. The seasons change. We need to go with the flow. We need to, roll with the punches, so to speak. But this is a good luck energy, absolutely. And it's a time to really look at our future steps and start writing the chapters of our tomorrow, of who we are stepping into being, of what we are stepping into doing, what defines us going forward. Who do we become going forward? We're always changing. It's just whether or not we just want to change and see how we turn out, or we take control of our changes and we know how we're going to turn out or better. Three of Pentacles. It's about showing up. It's about the commitment. It's about doing the job. It's about putting our best foot forward in everything we do. Even if we think that nobody's watching us under this energy, there are people watching us, taking notes. They want to give us a promotion. They want to hire us. They want to fall in love with us. They may already be falling in love with us. And it's because we're always showing our best self and we're always doing our best. Okay, so if somebody asks us to do something and we really don't think that we can, in fact, you should say no. And rather than yes, say no. Okay, because if you say yes and then you phone them back and you say, you know what, I looked at my calendar and I really can't. They don't even want to talk to you. But if you say no and then you phone them back and you say, you know, I got home and I looked at my calendar and I'm actually free that day. So if you haven't found anybody, now you are the hero. Now you are the cape into the situation. Okay, and it's that kind of energy that we really want to portray in our relationships going forward. This is doing our best, and it's one brushstroke at a time. We're not racing through things. We're not looking for a shortcut. We are just going with the flow, and we are allowing our creativity to lead the way, one brushstroke at a time. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles has been starting to show up a little bit more frequently, asking us where our focus is and where it needs to be. And if we put that seed in the ground and then we give it no focus, no attention, no consistency and care and love, focus, we come back in 6 months, there's not even going to be any kind of recognition of something that should have grown from that seed. It just didn't get the care it needed because we weren't consistent with our efforts. But when we plant that seed and we show up every day and we water it and make sure there's enough sun and we fertilize it and we pull those weeds and we move those rocks and anything that is not allowing it to grow to its fullest potential, and we start every day looking at how can I make the potential greater? How can I make the potential greater? How can I grow the potential of this seed? That's when the magic happens. So whether it's 5 minutes a day or 5 hours a day, it's more important to be consistent with our efforts. And even with the Three of Pentacles, we want to be consistent with our efforts. The wheel, okay? We want to start looking forward. We don't want to hang back. We don't want to get stagnated into yesterday's problems. We want to push past them. Take the valuable lessons with us, of course, but leave the rest behind and go forward. To not get emotionally attached to the dramas that happened in the past, because that is what puts the fear and the anxieties into the future steps. Nature's Whispers. Be in service, the 41. Be in service. What a beautiful way that we could incorporate that into our weekend. Because when we give, and they've done surveys on this, they've done studies on this, when we are given something, we feel that whether it's a smile, somebody holds a door open for us, a compliment, or somebody gives us a gift, or whatever it might be, the joy we feel, okay, extends usually a couple of hours. But the person who gave, the joy will last 48 to 72 hours of doing that. So our energy is, we raise their energy, but our energy is raised. You know, can you imagine if we all walked around and tried to do that on a regular basis? What kind of beautiful energy would surround us on a regular basis? My goodness. We have a 41 energy, which is a 5 energy, which is about creating giggles and laughter in our world. joy, celebration, to trust in our creativity. The seahorses there. I've been being drawn to seahorses lately for some reason. Give back to the world. When we give in equal proportion to what we receive, we are able to maintain balance through so many people who are in need of our services. Being in service can be as simple as a kind word, holding a door open, or joining in a cleanup effort. Look to nature and its ability to support according to what is needed at that time. Your efforts in supporting others around you will help you create the energy needed to support humanity. Start the ripple. You know, it costs nothing. It costs nothing to spread joy and love and compassion and empathy. To just take a moment to see somebody else. We're so busy, and you know, I notice when you go to the cities and whatnot, like around home, you know, you just say hi to everybody, you wave to people as they're waiting for you to pass their driveway, right? Or they're walking down the street, they drive by you, you know, you wave on the way by, you don't even know them. But then you go to the city and do those things. I tell you, they start to envision you in a little white rubber room. What is wrong with this person? They're making eye contact. They're smiling. They're giving that compliment out of thin air. Okay, we got seek and find. Got the little chipmunk here. Seek and find. Little chipmunk. I don't see too many chipmunks in our area. Not like I used to see them. Lots of squirrels, but chipmunks I don't see. Although they're underneath more than, although they go up in the trees and stuff. Okay, chipmunks. Action, believe, and manifest. And above all, watch with glittering eyes the world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Those who do not believe in magic will never find it. Chipmunk lets you know that you are dreaming and wishing, but you're not taking clear action to make your dreams come true. The clearer and stronger your desire, the more action you will receive as you begin to see the whole picture, retaining the parts you want and eliminating what you don't want. Your greatest wealth is the knowledge that you have complete within yourself. Your major goal is to discover as much as you can about yourself, because the more you know about you, the better you can deal with any life situation. Take the action in order to push through the door you so badly want to walk through. If you don't seek, you don't find. And if you don't knock, the door remains closed. If you don't walk through the door, you will remain stuck in one place. Spend time wishing and manifesting, but don't forget to take some action too. If you want a new job, send out that resume. If you're looking for a relationship, start inquiring whether your friends know of anyone. If you want to begin a new business, start writing out that business plan. Today, or this weekend, is a wake-up call to your inner soul. So will you take the first step? Will you turn that doorknob? And really, the opportunities, the energy is wanting to bring in opportunities to us. Opportunities in our relationships, opportunities in our career, opportunities in creating better finances or more stable finances or great wealth in our life, better health. What are we passionate about? What do we want to invite into our world? And simply start to invite it into your world, expecting it to show up, because all of this beautiful energy is saying, if you're willing to work for it, we're willing to dish it out to you. So start showing up consistently. Maybe it's just growing your inner self. Maybe it's a certain goal, a dream, a desire. But start giving it your focus. 5 minutes or 5 hours. But make it a daily practice, one that you refuse to miss. And watch how it can transform your life. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.